everyone, this is Yana Smakula for SimonsSTM.com, and thank you for joining me today. I'll be sharing a bright and cheerful Happy Looks Good on You card featuring a bit of background stamping and a bit of good old die cutting. I'm going to be using several different stamp sets today, combining them together on one project. The main one is Big Add-on Set, and I'll be using a simple circle stamp from there. I'm a big fan of simple shapes as there's always a ton of ways you can use them and a ton of different occasions you can make them work for. I also have another solid circle from the Flip Flop Season stamp set, the 100% Happy, and it is almost identical, if not identical, in size to the solid circle from the Big Add-on Set, and these can be used together. I'm going to mount my solid circle onto my clear block. I have one with grid lines, and I love using grid blocks like that because they allow me to evenly space my stamping and to make sure things are nice and straight. Now, I'm also adding grid lines to my white cardstock panel. I'm doing this because I will be stamping my background pattern using this single circle stamp at an angle. If I were to stamp it strictly horizontally or vertically, I would not have needed to add grid lines. They do help, but it's easy to stamp without them. But because I want to stamp this pattern at an angle, I'm adding grid lines every 1 inch apart, as I know I'm just going to get confused if there aren't any lines to tell me where to stamp. This is just the way I am. I need a guide to make it look good enough. So adding horizontal and vertical lines to my paper, and once I'm done, I can go ahead and begin stamping. I'm going to use 3 colors of ink, 3 yummy colors of ink. After all, we're making a happy, cheerful card. So the ink colors are Duckling, Dull Pink, and Surf Blue. I'll also be using Hero Art Scrubber Pad to clean my stamp in between the colors to make sure I do not contaminate my stamped images. Now I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I have an identical pattern stamped off to the side, and I'm just copying it here at an angle. So it might seem like I'm stamping something completely random, but there is a pattern to all of these circles. Originally, when I was first stamping it and trying to see if I like it or not, I would stamp one circle in yellow, clean my stamp 1 circle in pink, clean my stamp again, stamp 1 circle in blue, and so on until I came up with a pattern that I liked. Now, because I already have the pattern stamped onto a piece of paper, and because I'm just copying it, and also because I have those pencil lines that tell me where to stamp everything, I can just go ahead and stamp all of the circles in one color and just go to the next color. This makes things go a lot faster as I'm not cleaning my stamp that often. But then again, you do need that first stamped pattern to be able to work like this, and I'll show you that pattern when I'm done making this one. So the idea here is to stamp a circle in one color in every 3rd spot. So I have yellow, pink, and blue, and then yellow again. Now I am double stamping some of my circles, pink and blue ones in particular, as I want them to be more vibrant. The ink here does look splotchy and uneven at first, but as it dries and as it soaks into the paper, it evens out and you end up having a nice solid coverage in the end. So here are my 2 patterns side by side, the test one and the stamped one at an angle. And by the way, I always test stamp my pattern ideas before I stamp them onto an actual project. This saves me a lot of cardstock. I like to use printer paper for my test stamping. I'm going to use a pencil eraser and erase the pencil lines from the paper. Now do be careful when doing this, especially if you like to double or even triple stamp your images. You can smear the ink with a pencil eraser if the ink isn't completely dry. I know because I smeared one of my circles and then I was able to magically erase the ink with the same eraser. I have no idea how that happened, but I really didn't want to have to go back and stamp this pattern again. So the rest of this card is pretty simple. I'm going to die cut the sunglasses die out of black cardstock, and I'm going to keep the frame part and also the glass part of the sunglasses. This way, these will really look like super dark sunglasses on my card. I actually thought about adding a die cut sunshine or a stamped sunshine here to emphasize the sunglasses, but the sunshine die cut didn't really work out for this particular project. Maybe next time. Now I'm adding black double-sided foam squares to the back of this die cut to secure the frame and the glass part together, and I'm going to use the same foam squares to foam mount the sunglasses onto my background pattern. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and stamp that 100% happy because honestly, I almost forgot about it. And I'm stamping it using the same duckling ink over the previously stamped circles. So I'm just double stamping it here. And the 100% happy sentiment is going to be just barely visible there, but you will be able to see it. If you want it to be clearly visible, you can either use another color of ink, a darker color, say sunshine yellow, or skip stamping the solid circle in yellow in the first place and just stamp the 100% happy right away. I've already adhered my background onto an A2 tough folding card base created out of white cardstock, and I'm just going to go ahead and foam mount the sunglasses on top. I have to tell you, I'm loving this die cut. It is actually perfect for summer, and summer is not that far away. And I already have another idea for the sunglasses die where I just need to incorporate that sunshine image that I was talking about. Okay, let's go back to the card. I'm going to stamp the sentiment under the sunglasses, and I'm using happy looks good on you. I did do a little stamp surgery there, and I cut the happy part of that so I can just stamp the looks good on you part under the sunglasses, and then just add the happy part over the sunglasses. I heat embossed the happy part using white embossing powder over another piece of black cardstock, and just going to foam mount that over the sunglasses. Lastly, I think we need to add some sparkle to this card, so I'm going to add a few clear sequins from Pretty Pink Posh and only 2 clear drops. I would have added more as I'm loving these lately, but these were just the last 2 that I had, and I'm anxiously waiting for a new pack to come in the mail any day now. So here's a closer look at this card. Happy looks good on you. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Bye!